In Canvas, course content is organized in modules. Modules are kind of like folders and can hold and organize any type of course content. If I click this arrow to expand the module, you can see that this module contains files, pages, assignments, tests, and discussions. This is in contrast to the individual tabs in the left-hand navigation menu, which can only contain one type of item. For example, the Pages tab is only for creating and storing pages. It is best practice to have your students access the course content through the modules rather than having them click on the individual tabs to find each type of item they need to access or complete. Now, the way you organize your modules depends on the delivery method of your course as well as what suits your needs best. Online and hybrid courses should, in most cases, have a separate module for each week, allowing students to find all of the resources and assignments they have to do for the week in one place. Face-to-face courses may not need a separate module for each week, although you could still certainly choose to set it up that way. But you might decide that having one module for PowerPoints, one for handouts, and one for videos, for example, would work just fine for your face-to-face class. After you've decided how you want to organize your course, you can start creating modules. To create a module, go to the Modules tab in your course and then click on the plus module button in the upper right-hand corner. Give your module a descriptive name and set a lock date if you want to keep students from accessing the module and its contents until the date you have chosen. Then click the Add Module button. New modules always go down to the bottom, which works sometimes, but if you want to move the module, you can just drag and drop it wherever you want to go, or you can click on the kebab in the right-hand side, click Move Module, and select where you want it to go. Now notice that the modules above have green check marks to the right of them, but the one that I just created just has a circle with a line through it. That means that this module is not published, so students won't be able to access or even see it. Since I already set a date for this module to open automatically, I'm going to go ahead and publish it by clicking on this icon and clicking Publish Module. From here, you can also publish the content of the module if you have content in it already. Even though the module is published, it will not be available for students until the date I have set. Now I'm ready to add items to my module. I can do that by clicking the plus sign within the module and selecting the type of item that I want to add from the drop-down menu. I can add any type of item to the module within Canvas from this menu. If I want to add a file, for example, I can add a file that I've already uploaded to my course by selecting the file from my list. If I hold in Control, I can select multiple items at once. I can repeat this process to add any other type of items that I want. After adding items, I can easily arrange them just by dragging and dropping them where I want them to go. If at any time I need to remove an item from my module, I can do that by clicking the kebab on the right-hand side. I can click Move. I can increase the indent of the item from here, and then I can also click Edit to edit the name of the item. If I need to edit the module's name or delete it, I can click on the kebab that's next to the module and click Edit. And now that I have added items to the module, I have an additional option here that I can add requirements to the module. From here, I can decide what items I want to require my students to complete by choosing all of the items or selecting individual items from the drop-down menu. I can also select what qualifies as the student completing the item. Is it just viewing it, or marking it as done, submitting it, or contributing to a page or scoring a minimum amount? Viewing is most commonly used when it's an informational item, like a file or a page, with text or video, and submitting is the most commonly used option for assignments or quizzes. I can also require that students move through the requirements in sequential order by checking this box. I can also designate a previous module as a prerequisite for this one. If I set requirements for the prerequisite module, the students won't be able to access this module until they've completed all of the requirements for the previous one. When you're finished selecting any prerequisites or requirements, click Save. Setting up modules this way is of course optional, but it does have the benefit of helping to control the order in which students access the course content, as well as providing a way for students to check off the items that they have completed in the module. A more recent modules feature now allows you to assign modules to individual students rather than to the entire class. To do this, again, click on the kebab to the right of the module name, click Edit, and then click the Assign To field. By default, the module will be assigned to everyone, but you can assign it to individual students by clicking on Assign To and selecting a student or students that you want to assign the module to. Only students assigned to a module will be able to see it. Modules are an essential part of any online class because they allow students to easily find all of the elements of the course they need and navigate it easily.